Hey, thanks for clicking on my video. Seb Heslow here, and we're gonna do things a little bit differently today. We're gonna have just a bit more of a chill time together, because about a week ago I posted in my community tab on YouTube saying, hey, ask me anything and I'll answer it in an upcoming video. Well, this is that video. But I figured we'd do just a little bit more than that. So while I answer your questions, I'm also gonna be unboxing some new mining stuff that I've been getting. So we're gonna do sort of like a unboxing / AMA type of video today. So let's get to it. Now, before we get into your questions, I just wanna open this package first. This is a very special package from a very special person. You might know him as ChumpChangeXD here on YouTube or on the Misfit Mining Discord. And he is just an amazing guy. And he has a very good YouTube channel. If for some reason you're subscribed to me but not him, obviously link in the description, go subscribe to him right away. He has sent me something that I have been looking for a long time, and this is just amazing. This is well beyond generous, and you absolutely did not have to send me this, but wow, am I happy to have this. So I don't want to wait any longer. Let's just get into this package, shall we? Alright, so let me see if I can sneakily get this one thing out of here first, which is, ta-da! ChumpChange holo sticker. How cool is this? Let me see if I can hold that up a bit closer to the camera. Wow, check that out, you guys. Thank you so much for the sticker, but I think you can guess that this big box was not just for a sticker, and you'd be right, because check this out, guys. This is finally a second ASRock H110 Pro BTC Plus motherboard. I have been looking for these for so long. They are not the easiest to come by right now, at least not where in the world I am. And I am just so thrilled. This means that I can get started on building my new rig, which that is coming up on the channel. Probably will be the next video after this one, so definitely stay tuned for that. But let's just get this box out of here. And let's open this up right away, because I am so excited for this. And actually, as I get this motherboard out, let's start answering some questions. Alright, so let's start with a question I got from Muhammad Abu Talib. And he said, could you speak about the 3060 now coming with LHR, which is the low hash rate sort of limiter? Do we get normal speeds for other coins? So from, I don't know about these new 3060s because they are not out yet, but from what we've seen with the new 3080 Ti that is out that has this LHR, and thank you so much to TechChinji that stood in line to get one of these 3080 Ti's and then just did so much testing on it. I don't know if he slept at all last week, but from his findings, what I could tell is that the limiter is only on the ET hash algorithm, which means it's limited for mining Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, I believe. However, it seems that all other coins are unaffected by this LHR limiter, which is great news, because with Ethereum moving to proof of stake maybe soon, who knows, they keep saying it's soon and then it keeps not happening, but then we won't be able to mine Ethereum anyway, so then this LHR nonsense, it's not gonna matter to us anyway. Alright, let's see what we got. Instruction book with a DVD. Does anyone use that? SATA cable, little I/O bracket for if you, for some reason, we're gonna mount this mining motherboard in a computer. I guess you could mount it in like a server frame or something, maybe. Little screw, and then what we're actually interested in, the motherboard. Oh my god. There it is. Check that out, guys. That is 13 PCIe slots on one motherboard. This is the same motherboard I have in my 13x1660 Super rig, and with another one in my hands right now, I don't see why I wouldn't be able to build another 13x1660 Super rig. Hint hint, upcoming video maybe. Alright. Oh man, this has put me in such a good mood. I'm so excited for this. Thank you so much, ChumpChange. This is absolutely over the top generous, but man, do I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll be able to repay this massive favor to you at some point. Alright, so let's just put this box over here. How awesome is this sticker, by the way? So cool. Alright, let's move on with another question and another box to open. So let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a GPU. It's a 1660 Super. What do you know? And we got a great question here from Osas. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Sorry if it's not. And he says, or she, but you know, according to my channel analytics, you're all guys. So he or she asks how to choose the most profitable coin to mine. Well, there's the easy way of doing it, which is just go to whattomine.com, fill in the GPUs you have, fill in your electricity cost, hit calculate, and you get a list sorted by profitability. There you go. Let me get into this box real quick. And then we have a question from ChumpChangeXD, and she says, how do you get perfect curls in your hair? I can't. Sad face. And then she says, haha, just kidding. But no, seriously, LOL. Well, ChumpChange, I know you might have posted this as a little bit of a joke question, but I am passionate about curls. Even though I cut all of my hair off and it's super short, I am curly and proud. So what I'm gonna do is, at the end of this video, I'm actually gonna talk about curls and maintaining curls and being a proud curly head person. But not here. It will be at the end of the video, because I don't want to bore anyone who comes here for mining content. They don't want to hear about curly hair. But it's important. Now let's see what we got here. So this is an ASUS TUF 1660 Super. And there it is. Let's see if I can this was harder than I expected. Oh, come on, plastic waste. Is it on the inside too? No. Ta-da! Plastic on the back plate as well. This one will be easy though. There it is. That is what an ASUS TUF 1660 Super looks like. Oh my god, there's plastic on the... Ugh. Now, what I always do is I take these out. And I save them in the box. And let's just put this box over here for now. There we go. And let's do another question, shall we? Alright, so we got RockGuy57, and he asks, is it worth shifting to Ravencoin mining after Ethereum goes proof of stake? Well, let me answer that while I bring up another GPU. So, I'm not quite sure what you mean, is it worth shifting to Ravencoin? Like, as opposed to just throwing your GPUs in the trash, like, yeah, of course it's worth it. But as for, you know, what will we mine after Ethereum goes proof of stake? Maybe we'll get to that in a question real soon in this video. But yeah, absolutely, mine Ravencoin. It'll be a great coin, I'm sure. You know, not financial advice, obviously. But yeah, Ravencoin definitely seems like a good coin. And you know what else looks good? This GPU. So let's get into this box. Oh yeah, this comes in one of those annoying boxes. How do you do these again? Unpacking steps. Oh, there's paperwork falling out. Alright, so we just flip these up. And then we just... what do we do now? Oh, we flip these out. Okay. And then we slide this out the top. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. We got to it in the end, huh? Let me just put that to the side for now so that I can... Alright, let's get the plastic off of this. No plastic on the back on this one. Let's get these little plugs out. So this is an ASUS Dual Evo 1660 Super that we're gonna put here. And let's just put this over here, shall we? Alright, next box, next question. Check this out, guys. Oh, what do we have here? It is a MSI Gaming X 1660 Super. What do you know? And let's see what kind of question we got. Oh, we have a very nice question from Elias Gaming. And he says, how are you? I'm good, Elias. Thank you. Thank you so much for asking. It's been a tough year for me, as I'm sure it has been for most of you. But, you know, we're pulling through. We're hopefully coming out the other end soon. And it's good. Life is good. Life is good. You know what else is good? This GPU. So let's get into this box. And by the way, if you're wondering how I'm able to get GPUs right now, I actually have 2 videos on the channel about that. You can check that out. Link will be in the description. Foam, paperwork, more paperwork. Ta-da! This brings me back a little bit, guys, because these MSI 1660 Supers Gaming X version was probably the first brand new GPU that I ever unboxed. There's a video on that on the channel actually. But yeah, check this out. What else we got? No plastic on the back plate, that's nice. I really do love the design on these. And they also have like RGB lighting all around them, which is, you know, really cool if that's your cup of tea. But yeah, just a great GPU, isn't it? Both for mining and gaming, right? Especially for the price. Amazing. Let's put that over here. And let's put this box over here. Next box, next question. Right, so we got Merovengian. Sorry, that is definitely not how to pronounce your name, but I don't know how to pronounce it, sorry. He or she says, Seb, what are 2 best ways to get coins out of Ethermine without paying extra fees? Why do you want 2 ways? So specific. Well, I'm gonna tell you one way of getting it out of Ethermine without paying fees, and I'm gonna do that as I unbox. Oh look, it's another ASUS Dual Evo 1660 Super. So avoiding fees is always, you know, something on the mind of miners, right? Because we mine all these coins and then we don't want to lose them all to fees, right? And if you are mining just to make a profit and like sell it for real money, then honestly, as long as you're selling right away, I don't think there is much issue mining straight to a exchange wallet, you know, like Binance or Coinbase or whatever. I know that was really iffy at the beginning of mining, but like I've tried it before and there has never been an issue. It works, I think, you know. And so, for example, if you're using Coinbase specifically, the way that I've done it before is you mine to your Coinbase, you know, Ethereum wallet, if it's Ethereum that you're mining. Why can I not get into this? Hang on. Alright, so for some reason I really struggled to get into this box, but here it is. Here's the GPU, and of course as I got into it my camera shut off, but we're up and running again. GPU is unboxed. Let's put that here, and let's put the box away over here, and let's talk about how to get your coins out of Ethermine with minimal fees using Coinbase, and let's get through it quickly. So you can mine directly to your Coinbase Ethereum wallet if it's Ethereum you're mining. Then in Coinbase, when you get a payout from Ethermine, take your mined coin, move it over to Coinbase Pro, which is free. Coinbase Pro is like their bait trading part of Coinbase. And we do that because exchanging crypto for, you know, real money is a lot cheaper on Coinbase Pro than on regular Coinbase. So take it into Coinbase Pro, exchange it for the, you know, currency that you want it in, then move that money out of Coinbase Pro into regular Coinbase, and then move that out of Coinbase to your PayPal, for example, because that is also free of fees. So to summarize, mine directly to your Coinbase wallet, which is free of any fees, move it over to Coinbase Pro, which is also free of fees, exchange it on Coinbase Pro, which has minimal fees, move it back to Coinbase, which is free of fees, and then withdraw it out of Coinbase into your PayPal, which is free. There you go, minimal fees. One way of getting minimal fees. Alright, so Alvaro Velez asks, I think I pronounced that name pretty good. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I did it right on that name. He asked, have you ever dropped a GPU on the floor? No, I have never personally dropped a GPU on the floor. However, the very first GPU I ever bought for mining, I bought used online, and it got absolutely destroyed in shipping. So while I personally have never dropped a GPU, I definitely own a GPU that has been dropped, and probably a lot more than just dropped. It looked like it had been ran over. Alright, next box, next question. Ooh, and next box is something very, very exciting to me. Check this out, guys. So what this is a 1200 watt modular power supply, gold rated, and it's dirt cheap. Let me tell you, this is one of those hidden gems, I feel like. I've actually made a video on the earlier version of this, and you might have seen that, but probably you have not seen that because it is one of the least viewed videos on my whole channel. But these are great, they're amazing for mining if you can get a hold of these, because as I said, they're 1200 watt, fully modular, gold rated, and they only cost about 160 euros, which for 1200 watts, that is incredible in my opinion. By the way, 160 euros is about $180, maybe, something like that. All right, so the next question is from SSF and he says, does Bitcoin get easier to mine as the price goes down, or does it get more difficult to mine? Well, I'll tell you, Mr. S-Dog, while the two are not directly correlated, they are very much indirectly correlated. So let me just try and get into this box, and we can talk a bit about mining difficulty. So how difficult a coin is to mine has to do with, well, for most proof of work coins that I know of at least, it's correlated to how many people are actually mining at that point, or more specifically, how much hash power is on the network at that point. So if just one person is mining a coin, the difficulty is extremely low. But if 2 million people mine it at the same time, there's gonna be a very high difficulty. So while price and mining difficulty isn't directly correlated, what happens is when a coin becomes very high valued, a lot of people want to mine it, which means indirectly the difficulty to mine it goes up as the price goes up. And here we have a power supply. Oh, it's heavy. There it is. I mean, it just looks like any other modular power supply, really, doesn't it? But this is why we buy these, right? Check it out. This power supply comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 individual PCI Express 8-pin cables. That is really cool in my opinion, because that means you got 8 separate strands that can all deliver up to 300 watts each. Now, of course, this power supply cannot handle 8 times 300 watts, but it's so nice having each plug be on an individual strand, because that just means you're a lot more flexible with how you want to deliver power to your different components in your mining rigs, right? Highly recommend this PSU. Alright, so where do we put this now? This can go behind me here, I think. There we go. All right, next box, next question. So what do we have in the pile here? Oh, it's another 1660 Super, and it's another ASUS TUF version. How about that, guys? And also, we got a 2-part question from our good friend Altered Component. Subscribe to him on YouTube, really good mining channel. Hi Seb, 2 questions. 1. How many GPUs and mega hash are you pumping out now? Well, I don't want to reveal how many more I've got to open today, but let's just say in my current setup I have 26 GPUs, which, oh, by the way, I just dropped a video showing my whole mining farm, and in there you'll see from the title of that video I'm at over 800 mega hash now. I'm around 818 exactly, but let's check back on that in a couple of days, because as you can tell, we're extending. All right, so what's the second part of your question, Mr. Altered Component? Oh, it's another hair question. He asks, how did you get such awesome hair? Thanks for all that you do. Thank you, Altered Component, for all that you do. You are an amazing guy and a really good friend, so thank you. How did I get awesome hair? I did not have awesome hair for a very long time until I realized I had curly hair and stopped taking care of my hair as if it was straight. because if you have curly hair, there's a lot of things you should not do with it, like brushing. But yeah, I guess I still gotta answer Pocket Change's question, so that will be at the end of the video. No more hair talk until the end of the video, okay? Let's see what we got. There we go. Another ASUS TUF Dual 1660 Super. Is it called Dual? I don't know, I just called it that because it has 2 fans. Alright, let's put this in our ASUS TUF pile over here. Very nice. And let's move on to the next box and the next question. That was cheesy, sorry about that. Now, what should we unbox next? I have this little box of random stuff that I ordered here. Let's take a break and unbox some of these things while I answer this question. So this comes from Casper, and he says, I just bought an RTX 3080 Ti. Oh, nice for you, man. For mining, okay. But now, even before I have received it, I regret it because of the limiter. Do you think they will come up with a solution to bypass the LHR, or should I sell it? Well, I would say if you were able to get a 3080 Ti for like retail price, I mean, me personally, I would not sell it. That is an amazingly powerful GPU. And as we've seen with the testing that ChumpChangeXD has done, and I guess other YouTubers too, it is a fantastically great GPU for mining. And the LHR limiter is just there for the ETASH algorithms, which means, yeah, you'll be limited on Ethereum and I think Ethereum Classic, right? But hey, all other coins, like it's just free for all, like mine away. I think maybe you'll feel a little bit left out for a few months while everyone else is still mining Ethereum, because that's how it seems to be right now. Everyone's mining Ethereum. But once Ethereum goes proof of stake anyway, you know, you'll have one of the best GPUs there is for mining. So hey, I think you just got in early and got a great GPU. That is my personal opinion. So what do we have in this box here? Well, this is just a little bit a mix of different things, but I thought it would be interesting for you guys to see. So first thing I got was a little letter here. And what this has is I don't know if you will even be able to see, but this has 2 used Intel CPUs in it. Because as I'm sure you're aware, finding CPUs is almost as difficult as finding GPUs right now, at least at a decent price. But these are 2 Intel Pentium 4560, I believe. And I got them for a decent price. I think I paid about $70 each, 60 euros each, which to me is a decent enough price for these. But of course, they come like this, which means also need to get CPU coolers. So let's just get one out and have a little quick look at it, because I know you guys are probably not super hyped to see some CPU coolers. Get out of here. There you go. There's the Arctic, what's it called? Arctic Alpine 12 CO. So this is their CPU cooler that is built for like continual operation. That's what the CO stands for. And it's what, like $1 more than the regular one. So I figure that's worth it, since it will be running 24/7. It will be in a mining rig. So going with the theme of 2 everything. Also 2 sticks of RAM, 8 gig each. Just Corsair value RAM for future rigs. Hint, hint. And then finally in here, we've got some spare GPU fans for my busted 1060. My poor busted 1060 with a broken fan. We're gonna do some nice work to you, my friend. Don't worry. That'll be in an upcoming video as well. I'm gonna be showing you how to do the most basic repairs for a GPU, including changing the thermal paste and changing fans. And if your GPU has worse issues than that, you should probably leave it with a professional to repair it anyway. So there we go, that's all of that. Alright, so let's see what we got next to unbox here. Oh, would you look at that? It's another ASUS Dual EVO 1660 Super. What do you know? You know what goes great with these? Questions from you guys. So, I got a lot of questions asking me, like, what will I mine after Ethereum goes proof of stake? What do I think will happen to mining once Ethereum goes proof of stake? What do I recommend you guys mine? And so on, right? And let me tell you, first of all, don't freak out about Ethereum going proof of stake. There's always another coin to mine. And what we're seeing right now is that Ethereum sometimes is not even the most profitable coin to mine. You know, we've seen Ergo pop up on top of Ethereum. I think Fero has popped up above Ethereum in the profitability charts a few times as well. So, you know, there will be plenty of other coins to mine. As for me personally, I don't know yet. I think what I'm gonna do once Ethereum goes proof of stake, and you know, or if Ethereum becomes very unprofitable to mine after EIP 1559, is I'm just gonna try around different coins, see what I like, you know, see what I think is fun, see what's profitable at that time. And you know, there are many different strategies for how to mine. And if you want to learn more about that, I definitely recommend watching the Misfit Mining Saturday Night Live stream that I was on. It's like a mining podcast, I would call it, maybe. It's here on YouTube, and we dive deeply into like mining during the bear market and what to mine after Ethereum goes proof of stake and things like that. But in short, you know, I think for me personally, what I will do is I'll probably do a mix of mining coins that I believe will definitely go up in value in the long term, as well as maybe mine whatever coin is very profitable at that time, and either, you know, sell that for regular money or exchange it for other coins that I have more faith in will go up in price again. Maybe like Ethereum, you know, maybe I'll mine Ergo and exchange that for Ethereum. Who knows? You know, again, none of this is financial advice or anything like that, so don't get any ideas like that, guys. I'm just a guy on the internet talking crap. Wow, I really should not have an unboxing channel. Oh, there we go. And it's one of these again, isn't it? Okay, and there we go. There's another ASUS Dual EVO 1660 Super. Very nice. Put that over here. Alright, next box, next question. So I got a question from the Young Xing. I think maybe that's a decent pronunciation, maybe? Sorry if it's not. And he asks, how to set up my PC to get auto start and T-Rex mining run as an administrator after a power cut? Yes, that is a very good question, and that is something that I have been looking very much into. It is not as easy as you might think. However, I think I've figured it out, and I'll have a video coming out about that on the channel really soon. So subscribe, ring the bell maybe, and you won't miss that. So video on that coming soon. And for those of you wondering why you'd want to do that is, if you're doing things like overclocking straight in T-Rex, which I've got a video on that, then you need to run T-Rex as an administrator. But let's get another box up. Ah, look at that, huh? Another MSI Gaming X 1660 Super. Someone's been shopping. Alright, so next question comes from Skyward8 Skyfall, and he asks, will you buy or mine Ravencoin? Well, I probably will not buy Ravencoin, because I don't really buy crypto. I just mine it, and then I either hold or exchange or sell. But will I mine Ravencoin? Yeah, I probably would. I think it will be very interesting to see, you know, what coins will come out on top when it comes to profitability and things like that. I think Ravencoin is definitely looking promising. Then again, not financial advice, and also I'm definitely not an expert. If you're actually like for reals interested in learning about profitability and different coins and how they work and how the hash power will be distributed, then you absolutely need to check out Bitsby Trippin on YouTube. He is an extremely intelligent guy, and he talks a lot about that kind of stuff. And he's also a miner, and yeah, just a cool dude. So yeah, check his channel out, link in the description. So we got a question from Hook361. Hook, I've seen you commenting on my videos. Cheers to you, mate. He says, or she, but probably he, which do you think is the best mining OS for small scale 1 to 3 rigs and or to large scale 3+ rigs? Well, Hook, Mr. Hook, I honestly don't think the scale of your operation matters that much when picking an operating system. I think you can, of course, maybe it's easier to control your different rigs in HiveOS if you have a lot of them. But then again, you could also just set up remote desktop on Windows rigs. So in the end, I really think it comes down to personal preference. For me, I like that Windows is free. I know that HiveOS, you know, is great and has a lot of cool features, but it also do cost money. Which actually, especially if you don't want to mine to Hivon pool. So I think it really is just personal preference. I think both options are great. You know, there are two sides to every coin. Like for example, you know, I think HiveOS is always free if you just have one rig, which is kind of counterintuitive because you'd think you'd want to go to HiveOS when you have lots of rigs because it's easier to manage. But hey, all in all, you can mine on whatever OS you have, and they are great. And also, as for me personally, like I use Windows because a lot of my viewers use Windows and they want to know how to do things in Windows. So that is part of why I use Windows and not HiveOS. But I also am looking into maybe moving to HiveOS at some point because I like to learn and I want to learn how HiveOS works and I want to try both. And I think that's maybe a good point for you as well. Like, you know, you can try both, see which one you like. All right, so MSI box, you go over here and I'll move on to the next question. And that comes from Gonzalo Tomas Casas Ocho Gavillas. Is that an okay pronunciation? Maybe? And he says, what GPUs do you use in your rig or rigs? And which one would you recommend? Cheers from Argentina. Hey, cheers back to you, mate. Well, which ones do you think? No, but seriously though, I actually have a video showing my whole farm. It was one of my most recent videos, so you can go check that out. And let's move on to the next box. What? Another ASUS 1660 Super Dual Evo. What can I say? Alright, so next question is a 3-part question. We got Tech by Mark, who asked me 3 quick questions. So I figured I'll do 3 quick answers as I unbox this. So, first question, where did you learn Photoshop? Well, I kind of learned Photoshop on my own. I guess he's asking because of my my thumbnails, which are very photoshopped. Funny thing is, I actually do not use Photoshop for my thumbnails because I don't have Photoshop currently. I think Photoshop is a bit too expensive. So I just use Pixlr.com, which is an online free like picture editing software that is kind of like Photoshop. As for how I learned it both on my own, YouTube tutorials. I learned it in like blog tutorials back in like the early 2000s when that was still a thing. but I also learned a lot of the techniques by being a visual effects artist, which was my job for like 8 years or something like that. I'm gonna put this on the floor. I said I was gonna give a fast answer, and that was a pretty long-winded answer, wasn't it? All right, next of his question, Tech by Mark. Do you own a fast car? Ha ha ha. Well, no, Mark, I don't own a car at all. Where I live, there isn't really that much need to own a car because of public transport being so good. And that has been, I've lived in quite a few places in my life, and that has kind of always been the case. So I've never needed to own a car. And I think if I did own a car and I could pick any car that I wanted, I'd probably want a electric car. Maybe a Tesla, maybe a Polestar, maybe something else, who knows? Alright, finally he asked, what made you get into mining? What did make me get into mining? I don't know. I've always been, like, even since like you first started hearing about Bitcoin, I've been very interested in cryptocurrency. Hey, I'm getting a little bit better at opening these now. And I also had a friend who was very into, or it still is, very into cryptocurrency. And I think he sort of introduced me to the concept of mining a few years ago, actually. Quite a few years ago. But I didn't really, like, for reals, get into and actually start mining until very recently. Like, you've been with me on the channel. Like, that has been my whole journey into mining. So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question of what made me get into it, but I think it's just I'm very interested in cryptocurrency as a concept, and I'm also very interested in technology, and I like making things, I like building things, I like putting things together, and of course building mining rigs goes very well with that, doesn't it? So I guess that's your answer. Next question. So this is from Kaizen, which I've seen you comment on my videos as well. And he asked, what's my goal with mining? Do you set these type of goals for yourself? Like 1 gigahash by the end of 2021 or something like that? Also, do you treat your mining as a hobby or a business for tax purposes? Well, let me start with the second question. Do I treat it as a hobby or as a business? It doesn't really work like that where I live. It's kind of just seen as regular income, and you just pay regular income tax on it, if that makes sense. So it's simple like that, and so that is how I treat it. As for what is my goal, I did speak a little bit on this in my previous video showing you guys my whole farm. But basically my, pie in the sky goal is I just want to make 4 like 13 times 1660 super rigs. And then once I've reached that, I want to start slowly exchanging each 1660 super for something like a 3070 or a 3060 Ti. And once I've got 4 13 times 3070 rigs, I want to start exchanging those for newer and stronger and better GPUs. So my goal is I want to have 4 rigs with 13 GPUs in each rig, and I want those to be as powerful as I can, and I want to update them, as time goes. So I'm not very interested in building more and more rigs. I'm more interested in building those 4 rigs and then upgrading them along the way. Here. Alright, so the next question comes from Great Atlas. That's how his name is spelled. Great Atlas. And he says, what's your ambient room temperature? How do you achieve under 50 Celsius on your 1660 super cards? Did you change the thermal paste or thermal pad? Thanks in advance, bro. Hey bro, let me tell you, no, I did not change any thermal pads or paste or anything like that on my 1660 supers. How I achieve, well, let me start by saying my ambient room temperature, it's somewhere between 25 and 30 Celsius, which I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. I'm sure if you're watching this on a device, that device can also convert that number for you. And the reason, well, how I achieved under 50C was using the absolute core clock. Really lowers the power consumption, and less power means less heat on GPUs. So if you want to learn more about how to do that, I got a video about that. It's called like Absolute Core Clock in T-Rex is incredible. So check that video out, and I'm sure you'll be able to lower your power consumption and your temperatures. All right, so next question is from this person. Sorry, I don't know how to read your name. And he says, hi, I wanted to ask if what do you do before starting your channel? Will you produce more music for the upcoming vids? Have a great day, Sebs. Thank you, you have a great too. Let's start from the back with this. So, will I produce more music for the upcoming vids? Absolutely. So he's referring to the fact that I actually make all of the music in my videos. A lot of people don't know that, but I have been making hip-hop music in different flavors for about 15 years, or maybe even more than that. It has just been my almost lifelong hobby at this point. I grew up around music, my dad's a musician, and yeah, I love making music. It's one of my passions in life, I guess. And absolutely, I will be making more music for the channel. And as for what I did before I started my channel, well, I've already touched on this a little bit, but I was a visual effects artist. So I would work on feature films and TV shows, and I would do like the digital special effects for those films and TV shows. Alright, so next, I got another fun little goodie box of things from AliExpress. So let's just get all of this stuff out. Little boxes there, and a little mix of different stuff here. Let's put that away. And the next question is, how much money have you spent on crypto? And that's from Collits DK. Well, Collits, I have spent a total of $50 on cryptocurrency in my life. And that is from one point in time where I wanted to try to buy Bitcoin, and I bought $50 worth of Bitcoin. That is all of the money I have spent on crypto in my whole life. Now, as for how much money I've spent on mining equipment, that's another story. That will be for another day. All right, what's the next question? Next question is from TechChingy, which, you know, we spoke about already in this video, and he asks, why you so sexy? Why you so sexy, TechChingy, huh? Next question. All right, so let's have a little unbox here, and I'll show you what I got. So I got two of these are the same, and these, if you've been following my channel, you know what these do. These are a lot of fun. These look familiar? These are those same PCI Express 1 to 4 splitter chips. However, they're just a cooler color, black and gold. Pretty cool, right? I ordered two of these. It's because I wanted to try this different color and see if like this model works just as well. And yeah, I just like messing with things like that. So there we go. So I got two of those. Then I got 4 of these. And these are little fan hubs, which you plug this into like the chassis fan output on your motherboard with one cable, and now all of a sudden you can plug 10 fans into one fan output on your motherboard. Pretty neat. I also noticed that these have the ASUS, can you see that? It has the ASUS Republic of Gamer logo on them. I absolutely did not buy this from ASUS. This was just off of AliExpress, which makes me think either they put that logo on there, I don't know, and it's just like a knockoff thing. But then again, I'm also like, why would they do that? Because it didn't even have that logo on the pictures. So that makes me wonder more. Maybe they produce these for ASUS and then just make extra that they sell on the side. No, that's strange. All right, so next question is from Noaj. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Sorry if not. Which I've seen you comment on the channel as well, Noaj. So cheers for leaving a question on this. And he says, when do you think GPU prices will be more affordable? After EIP 1559? Or do we have to wait for another bear market for the prices to go return to normal? And when is EIP 1559 happening? Yeah, when is that happening? It's supposed to be July, isn't it? Anyway, here's the thing. I think a lot of people believe that the GPU shortage is due to mining. But It really isn't. There is a global shortage of just any kind of computer chips right now, which if you've tried to buy other things, you will probably have seen that too, and you might have heard in the news that they're struggling to produce enough cars right now because cars use a lot of microchips in them, and it is a big sort of issue in the world caused by, you know, the illness that is going around right now, and the small supply of GPUs right now really does not have very much to do with mining being very profitable. Maybe a tiny bit, but there would have been a massive shortage of GPUs anyway, just because of the global computer chip shortage. So I don't think prices will go down with anything related to a bear market or EIP 1559. It is most likely going to be just the world has to get back to normal a bit more, and the production lines have to catch up, and that might take another year, maybe two. I don't know. Next question, and that is from Derek Baker, who asks, do you only mine one coin, or do you diversify and have different rigs mining different coins? That is a very good question. Right now I only mine Ethereum because that is still kind of the king of profitability right now. However, my strategy might absolutely change after we hit proof of stake. I might be mining different coins on different rigs then to diversify. I might also, on the flip side of that, mine, you know, just whatever is the most profitable at the time, but exchange that for a diversity of different coins. But as for right now, in my opinion, mining profits are still really good. So I am still selling what I mine, and I am putting those profits into buying more GPUs. And then once profitability goes down more, I will keep mining and I will just accumulate coin, most likely. That is probably going to be my strategy. Maybe diversify that a little bit and then just wait for the next bull run. Check this out. These are cable ties. So, as some of you have pointed out, my cable management is absolutely terrible. I know. Hopefully, this will help me with that. Alright, so finally, in this package, we still got more stuff to unbox, guys. I just got two of these, like, dual 24-pin splitter cables, which is just an alternative to those like add to PSU chips. It's a way to plug two power supplies into the same mining rig. I've just been curious about these and I wanted to try them and see if I like these as much as I like the add to PSU chips. So yeah, got two of those to try out. And that is that. Alright, so I got another of these 1200 watt power supplies here. So let me just get into that as I answer this question here from Evans Jason. So he says, between how many days should I stop my mining rig? Is it needed? I'm keeping them in a closed air-conditioned room, so dust problem is less. Well, Evans, I don't think you should ever stop your mining rigs, to be honest, because if you stop, then it's not mining. And if it's not mining, you're not making any coin, right? So I would just run them 24/7, right? Right? What, am I missing something? I mean, it's great that you got them in an air-conditioned room. I can imagine like your mining rig generating a lot of heat, and then your air conditioning is, you know, generating cool air, and your mining rig and your air conditioning is just kind of fighting against each other in that room. You've already seen me unbox one of these. I'm sure you're not that curious to see another power supply. Let me, I know what it is you guys want to see. Let's just put this away for now. You can go next to your friend over here. There we go. So now we are down to our final box. And I think it's very fitting that it's another ASUS Dual Evo 1660 Super. So let me unbox this while I answer Pocket Change's question about how to get nice curly hair. Pocket change. Let me tell you, the first thing you need to do is you actually need to have curly hair. It's a genetic thing. If you don't have it, I mean, you can, I guess, use curlers or whatever. But for me, I just needed to realize that I genetically had curly hair, and then I needed to stop treating my hair as if I had straight hair and start learning how to manage hair as a curly haired person, because there's a lot of things in this world that is very optimized for straight haired people, let me tell you. So this might come as a surprise to many of you, but if you're curly, you should not be brushing your hair, because that means you'll just get frizz city and your hair will look like an absolute mess. As for what I do, I just shampoo, condition my hair. I untangle my hair with the conditioner in the shower, and then as I come out the shower, don't brush it, point number one. And point number two is I just put my hair forward. Well, this would be before when I had longer hair, which, by the way, here's a picture of me with really long curly hair. So I would flip my hair forward, and then you gotta just start scrunching the living crap out of it, like this. So you just scrunch, 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 scrunch. And what you're doing is you're scrunching the curls together to form these like ringlets, right? And that is basically it. That is how you get curly hair. And this is how you get into one of these annoying ASUS Dual Evo boxes. Fold this out. Take this out. Take this out. Flip these out. Flip these out. And then without dropping your GPU on the floor, you slide it out like that. Put it to the side. Flip these down. Flip these up. This goes back. That goes back. Plastic waste comes off the GPU, and these little plugs come out, and you've got yourself an ASUS 1660 Super Dual Evo style. And that goes over here. And that, my friends, means that we are done for today. Do you want to have a final look at what we've been unboxing here? So let me get out of my seat and I'll show you guys. Hang on. All right, so here we go. Here are all of the GPUs that we unboxed in today's video for a total of 5 ASUS Dual Evos. We got 2 of the MSI Gaming X, and we got another 2 of the ASUS TUF 1660 Supers. And here are the boxes, which I'm gonna just quickly sort those in with my other 1660 Super boxes. Alright, so last question of the video is, I got a question asking me, what is your favorite GPU? Well, let me just answer that question like this. What GPU do you think, if you had like just one guess, if you could guess just once on what my favorite GPU would be, which one would you guess? It's totally the 3080. Goodbye!